So hello all, welcome back to my channel. It is Leesh. Today I'm going to be talking to you about flights. Now, people at work and people around me, I am known as the flight guru. I can get you some cheap deals, honey. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to be telling you the secrets of how I get or how to get cheap flights. So yes, let's begin. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is to ignore the cheap flight myths. Now, there are some people out there that swear by these, but these are myths. It's not cheaper to buy a plane ticket on a Tuesday or a Thursday. That is just a myth. It is not cohesive across the board. Now, there will be certain flights that will be cheaper on a Tuesday and a Thursday, but it's not coherent. Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word, but it's not the same across the whole entire airline industry or across the airline in general. So yeah, bear that in mind. It's also no proof that searching using like proxies and stuff that don't track what you're searching, that you will get cheaper flights. Because for those of you who don't know, if you have your cookies turned on, then sometimes the airlines that can see what flights you're looking at, and Google will start recommending these flights and start, like, some people say they halt up the prices, but this is not true. It's just they will start to try and make it feel that way, so you will buy more expensive flights. This is not true. There's no proof that this works, and there's no proof that the airlines do this. Another one is that you cannot predict airline prices, and websites that are predicting the price will go down. This is a prediction. This is not real, okay? There's no scientific proof that that website can predict when that flight is going down. It's a prediction, okay? So it is not real. Yeah, bear that in mind. It is not real. Anyway, so now these myths are out of the way, I'm actually going to tell you how I get cheap flights, and I'm actually going to do this and put the recording up for you of how I do it. Be flexible with your dates and destinations. If you are doing a backpacking trip, then be flexible with where you want to go and the dates you want to go for, especially if you want cheap flights. Flexible with the airports. Say for example you want to fly to Paris, there is not just Paris Central Airport, there's Charles de Gaulle Airport, there's all the little small airports. So be flexible with the destinations that you can fly into. Also be flexible with your dates. If you have like a certain 5 weeks off, like during the summer holidays or whatever, put those entire 5 weeks in and see which date is the cheapest. Also, I would say is fly Budget Airlines. Now, the amount of times I hear in the media people saying, I'm not going to fly Ryanair, I don't like EasyJet, Budget Airlines are crap, you know, Wizz Air's rubbish. At the end of the day, it's a flight. You're paying for a seat on a airplane. If you're travelling the same amount of distance, what's the difference between flying on Ryanair and flying on British Airways? Only except the massive price difference. It's a seat at the end of the day. So yeah, fly Budget Airlines. The next one I want to say is compare search engines. So I will put this on the screen for you. So the first thing I always do is I always go on Google Flights. This is a good starting point because, you know, you can put in everywhere as a destination as well as one specific destination. So for this one, I'm just going to do everywhere first, and then, you know, it comes up with what the cheapest like flight is for everywhere, and then you click on that and it'll tell you like the cheapest dates. But for the sake of this video, I am going to use Spain as my main example. Great British staple of Spain. So you know you want to go to Spain, so be flexible as to where you want to go in Spain, okay? That's the be flexible part about it. Be flexible as to where you want to go in Spain. Yeah, so So you put that in the search engine, the starting airport you want to go to and where you want to go to, which is Spain. Then you put in the dates, I guess you could say, that you want to go. So put them in. I normally like to go one way first just so I could see what's cheapest to get there. But I know most of these people probably want returns because it's more of a vacation rather than a trip. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to do one way to show you. Go on now to Skyscanner and Google that exact same flight into Skyscanner. Skyscanner next for the same flight. After you've checked Skyscanner and you've seen which search engine has the cheaper flight, I now want you to take that flight and I want you to put it into this app called Hopper. So Hopper is, again, like what I mentioned earlier about the prediction of when to buy this flight. Remember, this is a prediction, it is not real, so I just thought I'd put that out there. So you put the date into Hopper of where you're going. This is not sponsored, by the way. I mean, if you've seen the size of my channel, it will not be sponsored. But yeah, you put it into the search engine and it will tell you based on previous based on that time of year, what that flight was at last year, and it will tell you whether to buy that flight now or whether you should wait because they predict the flight will go down. It's not 100% accurate, but if you don't know when to buy the flight, you can always do that. Another site I recommend for finding cheap flights is this website called the Secret Flying Club. I will, of course, search that and put that on the screen for you. So the Secret Flying Club is like this site and app, and the people who run this website are absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know how they find all of these, but there's always airfares on there. There's always cheap, every time there's a cheap fare for a certain date on there, then, you know, that will appear on this site. And yes, that's always a good one to look at. This one I want to say is take advantage of student discounts and membership discounts. If you're a student, sometimes you can get discounts on airlines if you are flying internationally, not normally in Europe, but you can get discounts at certain airlines for this. Another thing I would say is if you have a friend that has a airline membership, so like my friend bought a Wizz Air membership and it was like for an entire year and it was like £10 or whatever, and that means she got like 50% off all of the flights. So if you have a friend like that, you can always just ask them if you can borrow their membership or whatever to get cheaper flights. But sometimes if you know you're going on more than one trip and you're flying more than once with that airline, it might be cheaper to buy the membership, especially if you're going for more than one destination with that same airline. If you're going to like 3 or 4 with that same airline, it's probably worth it to buy the membership. After you've checked Skyscanner, after you've checked Google Flights, and after you put it into Hopper, then check that flight on the actual airline's website. Again, sometimes you can get it cheaper if you book it directly through the airline than you do directly through a third party, because sometimes third parties will inflate the price so they can get a 10% cut of the airline flight that they give you. So what you then want to do is go to the airline's website, see how much it is on there, and you may be able to find cheaper dates as well, because sometimes airlines do sales. Now, these sales will not be shown on places like Skyscanner and will not be shown on places like Skyscanner because they're sent out to their members first. So I would recommend signing up to their airline's emailing list, and they will email you when their flights go on sale. So I do this for Ryanair, and when the Ryanair $9.99 flights come on sale, I get an email saying $9.99 seat sale, you know, and that is not going to be shown on Skyscanner, or if it is, it's not going to be shown like the amount of seats available on Skyscanner. So check the actual airline. Okay, so I know that was a lot to take in, but that's just how I find cheap flights. If you want to see anything more about flights, let me know. But yeah, I will put my socials on the screen, so if you wish to follow me and ask me questions, then feel free to, and also subscribe if you want more travel content. So thank you all for watching. Bye.